Hello and welcome to week 2 of ABL's top plays. Starting us off at number 5, White Lotus looked to pick off a Dora girl near the Baron. At the same time, Loki Dosi is able to outplay Akali under the turret for a solo kill, which gives his team the confidence they need to find the clean ace.
Now we see on that top side a fight. Loki Dosi actually almost goes down but survives. Meanwhile in the jungle we have the rest of the fight. The extended fight is going. K-Man is tanking everything as the ace in the hole collects the third. And that is going to be another big fight breaking out. A possible ace coming here as Aika is going to go down. A double kill for the Nico and an ace.
Next up at number 4, Grim Legion think they've caught out Sapling, but a nice flash gives the rest of his team room to collapse. Kessler blocks off Dynasty's escape route, and Rat teleports in to finish the job.
Morgana gonna see if he can save it. Not quite. It looks like Friesman's actually gonna be the one here who goes down as we see Jarvan coming so strong. Yeah, TP coming with Weaver's Wall as well. Now we're seeing Rat coming here with a World Ender. Keesler's taking a lot of damage, but Rat has coming through with the ADC slain. Rooted comes through for Keesler. Is going to be able to get out, but the burn just does so much damage as Sapling.
And at number 3, D-Dog and Khan exchange blows on the top side, and Khan feigns retreat before flashing in for the solo kill.
Enough. On that top side gets a nice straight down. That's half health. Binding goes a little bit wide. This might be Khan's trade. XXGLP is available. Nice play there, but a nice slicing maelstrom is going to catch him out. The flash into the kill is going to secure it.
Coming in at number 2, Velvet and D-Dog are once again at each other's throats, but this time their team is there to back them up. Lamb's Respite keeps everyone alive until Kessler shows up huge with a triple kill on his AP Lulu.
But Ryan is there to pick it up and go for the kill. But look at this engage here. The root coming through on Rat. Rye has to get out now. Ultimate from Vlad. Gonna do so much damage with the E to pair with it. Not quite. We do see Lulu come in to save the Vlad here, just barely getting his health back up. Cruz is chasing down. Khan goes down as Kessler flashes in the back like that's gonna be a double kill. Now Cruz is gonna have to get out of here before we see a triple. The burn is coming through. He goes under turret to finish off for an amazing triple of 5-1. Assassin Kessler on the Lulu.
And finally, at number 1, Team Fish Taco are looking to put an end to Recon 5's reign. Although Tanzo is able to land a massive backline Pop Blossom that wins his team the fight, Team Fish Taco were able to buy enough time for Azuki's backdoor to finish off the Nexus.
Going to fall from Dillian, possibly looking for a potential engage, but look at Azuki shoving in the bot wave. The first Nexus turret might be falling soon as the On the Hunt comes through from Yuki Bunny. They're looking to possibly turn this around. Tides of the Sanguine Pool will come through from Chromosomes, the ultimate from Tonzo. Chromosomes will fall, but look at this, Azuki trying to end. He's got the Baron empowered minions. Can he do this all on his own? He's taken down the final Nexus. It's a 1v3. Nexus is on half HP. The double kill comes over from Cedillion, but it's not enough. Azuki is able to end, and Team Fish Tacos will take it.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of ABL Top Plays. We'll see you next week as we track the league's biggest plays around Summoner's Rift.
Welcome everyone to ABL Esports. We've got a game for you tonight. We've got a best of 3 series between Polar Ace Esports and we've got No Fear Esports. I believe they're both esports. Everything is an esport. League of Legends is the esport of the day. I am here to bring you this game today. I'm Skyson. I'm here with my boy Cinco.
Hello, yes.
We're going to get into some action. A little bit of a late start. You know, some people got some stuff going on. Everyone's got some stuff going on. I hope you've got stuff going on out there watching tonight. Everyone here in the ABL stream. We're going to see what goes down. I'm looking for some good games between these two. I've heard a lot about Polar Ace, and I believe I casted a game for No Fear Esports because I remember a lot of these names. I remember my boy RE10 or hogging the top lane. Let's see what's going to go down. Hopefully we get into this draft. I'm going to see some stupid one-trick counter picks get taken away, and we're going to see what goes down.
Yeah, so, I mean, Polar Esports is a pretty fabled roster, right? For ABL, you've got Aussie, Gaudier, and Rampage. So
True. I do love
definitely pretty interesting to see how this team is going to come together. I didn't catch any of their previous games, but I'm looking forward to seeing this one, definitely.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't, I've seen him in a couple of places. I haven't actually seen Aussie play, I don't think. I think this is the first game where I'm actually seeing Aussie himself playing the game. But, other people on this roster I've seen, play in a couple of other places. And, like I said, I've seen 1 or 2 games out of No Fear Esports, so we'll see what goes down here. I think we're not going to be handling a Productor. I think we're going to go straight to the draft. Should be interesting to see what goes down.
Any minute, hopefully.
Dun, dun, dun. Going down.
So, any predictions for this game so far? I mean, we only know the names of the players. I don't know any stats, but...
Yeah, I was like, I haven't exactly done my homework. Maybe I should have done my homework, but I remember... I want to believe that the set that I did watch out of No Fear Esports, I believe they did take home the win. And I think that, from what I believe Polar Ace is off to a slow start. I think that they are 2 right now. So maybe they're not in. About to get my information from the stats team. We do, in fact, have Polar Ace Esports sitting at 0-2. We've got No Fear Esports is also sitting at 0-2. I completely lied to you. These are 2 bottom dogs looking to fight for their first table scrap. Somebody is going to take a win this game, so this is actually going to be something interesting.
All right, we do have Camille ban coming out. Definitely a good ban. I've played against Rampage a couple times in solo queue. He's definitely a very good Camille. So this is a pretty expected ban from them.
Yeah, let's say you're going to see a lot more of the targeted bans. It's really interesting. A lot of players are going to have one of those 1 or 2 champions at the top of their pool that you say, oh, this champion's obviously an X main. So at that point, if the whole roster looks like that, you have to assess which ones are the highest threat to you and pick those out on the first 3, usually in things like this. So they're going to take away the Azir on the side of Polar Ace.
Evelyn, also a champion that Gaudier is known for playing, along with things like Graves and Rek'Sai. So I'm curious to see if we get another jungle ban here. I don't really think that they should throw anything at mid lane. Personally, Aussie's sort of like a Swiss Army knife of mid laners. So
is Kiana legal? Kiana is legal. Wait, has she been out for more than a week? I feel like she hasn't. Maybe she has. We'll get some info. No restrictions from this league is what the stats team has informed me of, so we are going to see the Kiana ban go through. Nobody wants to see that get played. Nobody wants to know what she does. She's on the ban list, and the Zyra response is going to come out from the one holding the Zyra tag. Seems like a pretty fair ban.
I do like first pick Aatrox, obviously. Heavily contested pick, very strong champion still. I am really confused about the Kiana ban. Every time I've seen that champion, the players sort of ran it down. The only thing that I really know about her is that her ultimate is extremely powerful. We're going to see Sejuani picked up here. Love it. That champion's amazing. Despite a couple sort of slap on the wrist nerfs recently, it still remains heavily contested at pro play and solo queue. Pretty much, I mean, she does everything you want a jungler to do, so.
Truth. She's got the beef. She's got the CC. She's got the tank for days. There's never a time where picking Sejuani for your jungle is going to be a bad decision, I don't think.
I would have to agree.
They're going to bolster that with the Xayah pickup. I feel like she's slowly moving up again into the more contested AD carry picks for Xayah. And she's always been a pretty reliable source of damage for teams, as well as, having that self-safety on the ult.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. Olaf and Sivir picked here. I do not think that Olaf is a heavily contested pick. And by doing that, as we see, you basically just give Polar Ace Xayah Rakan. Now, Sivir is good into those champions, yes, but the bot lane itself is so extremely powerful that it sort of makes me question No Fear eSports' decision-making here.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the jungle already picked up, it's not the worst decision to go for your jungle, but to leave, you saw Xayah was there, and having the option to take Sivir. I mean, I guess it leaves you your blind pick for your mid laner at this point, but at the same time, taking away that, I feel the Rakan, or at least some support there to try to answer that, would be a slightly better decision than going for the Sivir so immediately. And I don't know about Olaf. Olaf is not the worst pick you could make into Sejuani, to answer all that CC coming forward at the start of a fight, just trying to Ragnarok through it and get to the backline. But Xayah, of course, herself is a pretty slippery champion to get to between the Featherstorm, being able to maneuver you during that duration, and all the protection she can be offered. It's going to be pretty difficult here for Nuez, I think.
Yeah, I think personally, the play there was to pick Sivir Rakan. Sivir Rakan, pretty good lane, not amazing. Definitely pretty good, and it prevents them from taking the Rakan Xayah. I don't know Nuez's champ pool. I don't know if Olaf was going to be banned, but Olaf Sivir still very potent, right? Giving Olaf a huge MS buff to just book it into your back line is very powerful. But again, it is Xayah, so as soon as Olaf gets on top of her, she's going to ult and be pretty much out of danger for the moment. So it will be interesting to see how they play out team fights.
Yeah, I would say the Twisted Fate blind pick for Ozzy. That's a interesting one. I like the catch power that Polar Ace is picking right here between the Sejuani ult, TF gold card. TF offers a lot of potential for a catch like that onto your team to make something happen right off the start. And they're going to go for the Syndra. They hovered the Yasuo and going to end up going for the Syndra for Art.
I think we are going to see the AD Twisted Fate mid lane here. At least that's what I hope. The build gives you a lot more defense into a Syndra lane, specifically because you are able to build Wit's End as a second or third item. So I think that AP would be passable here, but I really like to see the AD build. I have mixed feelings about the Fiora and Aatrox matchup. It sort of is what it is. Fiora is the split push god. Aatrox is the team fighting monster. So I feel like I'm going to give the edge to No Fear here for team fights, only because really having Fiora in your team fight doesn't really amount to anything, in my opinion at least. But I definitely think that Polar Ace has a pretty easy win condition in split pushing and shadowing with TF ult. So.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. I feel like having Fiora at the core of these team fights isn't the worst decision they have between the Sejuani and the TFs and the Rakan CC to, get things started so they can get that pretty nice initial burst of damage through. Like, you lock a target up with the Sejuani ult with the TF gold card, you immediately slide in with the Fiora Grand Challenge and kind of just pop that person before the fight even starts. Fiora can get a ton of damage in a pretty tight window for these fights that I think that No Fear might be looking to kind of avoid. You have the Sivir Yumi combo is online, so you have that available to kite in and out of fights, so you can kind of throw the Yumi ultimate out there to stop things from happening. You have the Syndra EQ for the long range stun. So I think that there's a lot more all-in potential on the side of Polar Ace, that they're looking to start UCC to start off a fight, while I think No Fear eSports is looking to either, make a clean catch off a Syndra QE stun, or kind of just keep people away and fight off that CC between the Olaf Ragnarok trying to get through things that are happening, while having the Aatrox to kind of create chaos in the middle of these fights. So I think that the goals for these team fights look a little bit different for both of the teams. from the drafts they've made here.
Definitely feasible. My only worry for Polar Ace here is that they are fairly low damage team comp. Like, they have the Fiora. Fiora does a lot of damage if she can stick on someone for about 4 to 5 seconds. But Twisted Fate, not really known for his damage. Sejuani doesn't do a whole lot of damage. They're really relying on Xayah for team fights. And my worry is that they blow all their CC trying to make a pick. And, like, if you commit everything to Aatrox, say, if he ults, gets an auto attack and a Q, he is probably not going to die. Olaf, probably not going to die, also immune to crowd control. Syndra has Cleanse, and their AD carry is Sivir, who is notoriously very hard to kill, along with Yuumi, who, if she's doing her job and everybody's in position, isn't even going to be targetable. So I am still going to say that No Fear has the edge for team fights, but I believe that Polar Ace can play a more flexible game. Because, I mean, No Fear's win condition is catch you in a team fight and run at you. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like between having the ability to... I think that this is a Polar Ace composition that is looking to make plays happen in the early game. You know, when you have access to that Sejuani, who is just a notoriously strong ganker, as well as overall jungler, like the power that you get brought from a Sejuani gank is so incredible. And I mean, these are all great lanes. Like, if you're not maybe the best, but they're all pretty great lanes for Sejuani to find a gank for. You have TF Gold Card, you have Rakan and CC Initiate, and then, you have Fiora, who is a melee in the top laner to help set off those Proxo for passive for the freeze, or for the stun. So I think there's a lot of availability in Polar Ace looking to play the early game here to try to get themselves a lead to, dismantle that ability for No Fear Esports to say, hey, we can fight you. We can fight you on equal footing in team fights. And I think that Polar Ace is looking to take that away with a bit of an early game advantage with what they're going for here.
I would have to agree, yeah. Definitely a significantly more flexible team comp. No Fear is kind of running a one-note sort of team here. They really, again, as I said, they really only do one thing. I mean, Sivir's short-range AD carry really needs to be in the thick of things to deal damage, unless, you roll some lucky ricochet. But it'll be interesting. I don't think that one team has a huge edge over the other. Definitely pretty balanced team comps, in my opinion.
We'll find out what goes down in Game 1. We're going to head to a short break and then catch you guys for Game 1. Welcome, everyone. We're here, ABL stream. We've got the Game 1 for you. We've got Polar Ace Esports. We've got No Fear Esports. We're going to take to the roof right now things are going to go down. Don't think we're going to see any shenanigans. Things are going to go down right off the bat. Let it be known as well, if you're sitting on and the ability to subscribe, if you want to subscribe to the ABL stream, everything will go to the production quality and everything will get better, we promise. It'll be looking really beautiful if you want to spend your script. We're going to see the early Yumi Q. We're going to see the Silver Q. Ozzy is going to get pushed back, a little bit of damage coming.
Pretty cheeky play there.
I've never noticed how bright the visual indicator. Oh, we're going to see another Q. Just chucking some Qs out here. Look at them axes.
Yeah, unfortunately for No Fear, the Sejuani passive before being broken does make you immune to slows, so not really going to be able to pressure any further than just some damage and making Gandir recall.
Gonna just annoy him over there, so they're pretty okay with that. Looks like fairly standard starts. We're gonna see Noe moving to the blue, Gandir moving up to the
Very interesting positioning coming out from both bot lanes here. Looks like they're both trying to go for a cheese of some sort. The question is, how many minions will die before one of them gives up?
Yeah. Oh my lord, is this really happening? Ricari knows something's up. He smells something. Oh, there's the Rakondo. The flash comes out from Ricari. Don't know if we had to go that far, but he is going to get himself out.
Okay, it worked. I am a little bit surprised, but I mean, at that point, you have to know something is up, right?
Right.
It's been the first minions are about to die. Very obvious top lane leash. Sort of definitely pretty questionable.
Ooh, Rampage trying to make a fight with Warhog. Q not finding the right angle there.
Yeah, this is a skill matchup in top lane. I would give the edge to Fiora because it's very easy to set up a parry into stun with the Aatrox Qs. But we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm really looking to see if Gandir is going to try to abuse this flashless Sivir down here in the bot lane. You see Gandir's up at Krugs right now.
Yeah, we are going to see super aggressive pathing from Nuez here. He's going to come over and take Gandir's blue. Obviously, he knows Gandir, since he started red side, very likely to go for a full top side clear. So he's pretty much free to come in and take the blue and initiate a vertical jungling situation. Definitely not what you really want if you're Polar Ace. No Fear's lanes are typically going to have much more priority, which means that they're going to be able to rotate to help Nuez if the Polar Ace laners rotate on him before their counterparts would.
Yeah, we see Gandir now moving over to the blue. I don't know if he's going to do it or just keep it worded up. I think he has a handle on it. Ozzy not quite finding the damage in return here. This is the Jack going for the W onto Gosu. That's a lot of damage coming through. They're looking for Ricari now. He's got to walk it back out. That's damage coming through. He's got no mana. That's going to be a good trade in the favor of Polar Ace.
Yeah, I definitely want to see an all-in from here, from Jack, in just a couple of seconds.
Right, he has Flash W. There's no way that... I mean, Spell Shield is going to be up for Ricari now, so he's going to have that handy.
I think the opportunity for more aggression has been sort of missed now. Ricari, full HP, Spell Shield up. So maybe just play the lane a little bit more slowly now. We might see something in the top side, blue side jungle here between the two junglers, though.
Yeah, but I don't know about this 1v1. Olaf brings a good amount of damage when he gets down with the Berserker's Rage passive, but Sejuani is pretty chunky damage she can do, but they are going to walk it back out. Oh, more peeking in the den. Nope. A lot of damage coming through on the Jack, though. Gets caught in the middle of two Qs. Whoa, alright, 10.
Yeah, worth noting, Ozzy does have Kleptomancy, so we will very likely be seeing the AD build this game. Very, very smart, although it's still not a good matchup for him either way.
Yeah, I would say Kleptomancy seems like a pretty risky take into the Cinder lane. Getting into auto attack range on her is hard enough. Gonna see the snare come through. There's the Recon W. Ricari's gotta watch out there. The Ignite goes down onto Mucho Gosu. He tries to turn on the Ignites down onto Exum. So they do end up turning around that fight, and Exum ends up getting himself out, still alive.
Yeah, imagine actually being able to kill Sivir Yumi.
Yeah, I think that was unfortunate from Jack. He set the Ignite down and got it onto Mucho. I don't think that was his intended target. Oh, Nue. Nue flashes, looks for Exum. He gets knocked up by Jack, though. He can't get the damage through. First blood's going to come in for Exum.
You really do hate to see it. It was very ballsy play, but I mean, he didn't even burn a flash, right? So their jungler is now going to definitely lose a lot of map tempo. Doesn't have flash, and just handed the enemy. I believe the AD carry got it. Yes, handed the enemy's 400 free gold. Just as here, take it. We don't need it. So a little too aggressive.
Yeah, I think he was trying to set up the axe into the flash E for the instant kill, but I either didn't land the axe or somehow the E damage that came through was not enough to finish her off. But
I do believe the axe missed. Otherwise, Desire definitely would have died. So you really, it's pretty unfortunate. He still does have the advantage in the jungle matchup, but all of his map pressure is gone, and we likely won't see the Olaf have a big impact in this game at all. And this definitely is very bad for the bot lane, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ricari was already kind of playing on the back foot from the potential aggression that can sort of explode from the Zyra Khan lane. So seeing it now that she has a little bit item advantage, this is not going to be good. Ooh, we're going to see some action here. Nue getting it caught in the action. Gold card stun coming up. Sejuani stun coming through. RE10 can't make it there in time. Looks for the Kiwi stun. Trying to put the damage in there. Has the cleanse available. Looking for the ultimate. Kills Gaudier. Turns it around, but he don't think he has it. He gets the cleanse flash. Over the wall comes Ozzy, losing the ultimate to get the vision. I don't think this is where you want to be, Ozzy. You're in the middle of 3. Q slow coming down from Yuumi. Everyone's looking for him. Turns around for the gold card stun on Yuumi. It's not enough. RE10 is going to put that one in his pocket.
Yeah, that was definitely very questionable from Ozzy. Turned basically, and from Gaudier as well. Gaudier had every opportunity there to just Q out. TF
we're going to see a fight going through here. The Q stun. Oh, it's not going to go through.
Alright, we're going to run a replay of that last fight. So here we see Olaf gets caught, really doesn't have any business being on this dragon, goes down very easily. Now, watch this. Gaudier gets stunned, but decides to recommit with the Q and gets punished pretty much immediately. Ozzy follows RE10's flash, ults in, but unfortunately Sivir and Yuumi are already here, and it's just death for Ozzy. Yeah, does not last long.
It was kind of an unfortunate instant second ultimate where he was kind of tunneled because, the ultimate gives him vision, so he would have immediately been able to see that the Zyra Khan was there that the Sivir Yuumi was there already and should have known to get himself out. But he saw blood, just wasn't his little fight.
Yeah, it's definitely very unfortunate.
Ooh, this fight in the top lane going through. Rampage getting a lot of damage down to Warhawk. He's not going to... Oh, the stun's coming through onto RE10. There's the gold card. He's burning down from the red buff. Is he going to die here? He might be able to keep himself alive. He had the potions running down. He is going to stay alive.
Yeah, that was a pretty heartbreaking gank. Gaudier did commit ult for that. So he's now down that for about a minute and a half, I believe. And didn't really even take anything from Syndra, besides maybe a little bit of lane pressure. Definitely some questionable decision making, especially with the Q recommit onto Syndra in the dragon fight. He had pretty much every opportunity to just leave. It's pretty well known. Twisted Fatus, even the AD version, very low early game damage, really didn't have any kill potential on Syndra anyway. So unfortunate, definitely. I'd have to classify that as.
Oh, the Yuumi ultimate's gonna come out. Roots up onto both of these members of Polar Ace. They've got to get themselves out of this fight. Sivir ult's coming down, but there's a re-engage from Jack. The Featherstorm comes through on the Ignite, but it's not enough. Ricari gets the kill onto Jack, looking for Exum. It's not gonna happen. Has to walk out of there. Exum's looking for maybe a return, but he's gonna get healed up by the Zoomies. The Yuumi Q not gonna happen. That would have been a kill for sure.
Yeah, that was an interesting fight. Recommits from both sides.
Nue is gonna pop. Got her right there in the bush. No vision for you, friend. That is gonna be the distance.
Yeah, Nuez hits him with a no thank you. I'm gonna take that gold I gave earlier back. Interesting fight coming out in the bot lane though. I think it probably could have been played better from the side of Polar Ace. Getting caught in the Yumi ultimate into a Boomerang Blade does a lot of damage coming through. I probably would have just left at that point, conceded the wave, just been like, all right, you know, cut our losses. We have to give this up. Very ballsy re-engage, loses them another kill, unfortunately. So,
Yeah,
definitely, I was just gonna say we're definitely seeing the strength of the Yumi Sivir lane, one of the most banned out lanes in solo queue now. So,
yeah, let's say it really looked like they tried to initially dodge the Yumi Q or dodge the Yumi ultimate, but then bolstered by the Sivir ultimate, who now lets you reposition the Yumi ult that much faster. They kind of just got caught out in the side bush they were expecting it to wear off on, and then set up on them and kind of disappeared there.
yeah, Sivir Yumi, really disgusting lane. They're piloting it pretty well too. Had a few hiccups early, but it's looking clean. It's looking good. So.
Yeah, I would say for holding their own in this lane, in the lane where the Sivir didn't have the flash available from the level 2. We're looking for the Sejuani on the back here. There's going to be the Sivir ultimate. There's the TF ultimate. Looking for this. Oh, going to get the spell shield on the TF gold card stun. Yumi ultimate comes through just for a little added insurance, and they are going to escape with their lives. That is going to be the ultimate out from.
Yeah, interesting to note is that this is a bot lane that is effectively... Ooh, something in the top lane here.
Good stun
No, it doesn't
turnaround.
pan out to anything.
Looked cool.
But this is a bot lane that is effectively immune to TF ult, right?
Mhm.
As long as Sivir has Spell Shield, TF ult can break it, but Rakan needs to be there for the instant follow-up, right?
Yeah.
This isn't something where, TF just ults bot lane, free kill, GG. That
Right.
appears to be a
definitely-
Rakan ult in the bot lane.
Yes, that is going to be the spent and used, so they're going to get out of there. Yeah, I was going to say you really have to either plan on the TF spending the spell shield, or you have to immediately follow up on a Rakan engage that pop the spell shield. Go for the Rakan W, spell shield that into, and then TF, and layer. You have to layer it in a way that's proper to immediately get that spell shield out of the equation. Oh, we're gonna see the Q ultimate, the cleanse coming through from RE10, flashes away from the Rakan W, and RE10 is gonna get out with his life. Both of those spells, one after the other, gets him out.
Man, it really just is such an unfortunate game for God here. Every time he has tried to go for a gank, it either hasn't worked or he's died. So, definitely a good roam from Rakan, though. They do get both sums, so that's good. Just, I think it was possible for them to play that in a way that they did kill Syndra if they had flanked from a better position, specifically the Rakan. But both sums are taken, so Syndra is very vulnerable for about another 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you have the cleanse on the Syndra, you kind of have to play it in the way that you do with the Sivir. You have to plan around that ability to cleanse off that CC. RE10 looking for a combo, goes for the Q, he's stun! Finds the stun, the W, the ultimate, and that's gonna be the kill onto Ozzy. Mucho is gonna look for the Yumi ultimate, not gonna find anybody under tower as he detaches, and he goes for the Sivir. A little bit of off-sync ultimates going down in the bot.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. Herald does take first mid tower. Gonna see a ton of gold go into the pocket of RE10 with his solo kill, and then tower plating, as well as first tower bonus. I think that it's going to be very difficult for Aussie to have any sort of impact this game now. Almost impossible, really. This is already oh man, this bot lane poke is insane. But it's already a bad matchup for him, as well as he's significantly behind now. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say this seemed like a lesson. Oh, there's a TF ultimate again, looking for Ricari. Spell shields the gold card. What are they gonna do about this? Turns it around. Nue gonna throw the Q. Exum has to watch out. He's very low here. Jack can't even enter the fight. Oh god, it throws the ultimate, but it's gonna get flashed away from Ricari. No Fear Esports is just 2 steps ahead of this Polar Ace team.
Yeah, even with another full committal from Aussie and Gaudier, they don't manage to get a single kill in the bot lane. I'm starting to really question the TF pick. I don't... Like, it's situations like this where blind picking TF is effectively giving you one less team member.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you saw, the Sivir was already on the board, so they had access to that spell shield, and you're not Rakan, while having the ability to pick the spell shield, you're still telegraphing your initiate as Rakan, and you're gonna get that spell shield to kind of stuff your ability to engage anyway. So adding that, trying to throw all of your CC forward at the same time is obviously not going to be the approach they're going to be able to go for here. So No for Esports really just kind of out drafting here and showing that they can't really be taken off guard. And if you're going to try to look for it, this is not the comp that you can do it with.
Yeah, realistically, I believe that Aussie's correct line of play of this game was to play around top lane. Because they have a winning matchup in top lane, and if you have a 3-man gang top lane, Aatrox dies. I don't really think there's a way that he gets out of it, especially since they removed the auto-revive on his ult. Super questionable play from Polar Ace here, I think.
Yeah, I would say, especially with how often, just from the camera we've seen Rampage, we're going to see a Sivir ultimate here looking for Rampage here. He's going to actually parry the third hit of the Yuumi ultimate to get the stun down onto him and get himself out of there.
Yeah, make no mistake, that was a beautiful...
Carry though, gonna get knocked up by Goddard. They're looking for him now. Rampage back on top, turns around, gets the kill down. Rampage trying to survive in the thick of things, gets the heal from the Grand Challenge. It's enough to keep him alive. They turn him around and get 2 kills for the side of Polar Ace. I'm sorry, that was 3 kills.
Yeah, played absolutely beautifully by Rampage there. 8 million IQ parry on the third Yuumi hit, followed up by... We are going to go into...
we are going to see that beautiful play again.
Yeah, so there's the parry. Really great. Just the timing, impeccable. Actually manages to stun the Yuumi and cancel the rest of the ult. Just perfect. And then we do see Gaudier coming in for the flank. I don't know if Spell Shield is down, but either way it isn't used in time. The Grand Challenge comes out, and this Grand Challenge lets Rampage live through the rest of the damage that comes from the fight. Obviously, both Yuumi and Olaf were focusing him there, but it didn't amount to anything. So, really well played from the side of Polar Ace eSports. Still showing signs of life from what was an otherwise super devastating deficit that they were in.
Warhog goes to the flash, finds the box into the auto attack, and that is going to be the quick kill onto Ozzy into Warhog's box. Oh, got here. Has Rikiri. The spell shield comes up prematurely. There's a knockup from Jack on the back. They're finally going to turn on Rikiri to get the stun and the kill. Mucho's got nowhere to run, throws a Sejuani ultimate just for fun. Ignite turns on Jack, gets onto RE10 in time. RE10's now looking, there's the Rakan ultimate though, trying to turn around. There's a Yuumi ultimate coming through. Warhog's coming in on the back. That's going to be the kill going in onto Gaudier. Turning around, X and blows up. There's going to be the return kills that we're looking for, and that's going to be the 4-for-1 for the side of No Fair Esports.
Yeah, that was... It started off so good for Polar Ace, but... We're going to replay that as well. So we see Gaudier misses the Q, but gets in range to proc Sivir Spell Shield with W, the first hit of it, and then the second slows, puts him in position to be knocked up by the Rakan W. Pretty good, pretty good. Now, they don't manage to kill Yuumi in time here, and this is pretty devastating because they get TP'd on, they get Yuumi ult channeled, Syndra has a ton of damage, and poor Xayah doesn't really have an angle for the Featherstorm Feathers to come back to her. So, just overcommittal. Now, interestingly enough, I do believe that Rampage did have TP up, but nothing to TP to. I would have liked to have seen a ward from Rakan, allowing Rampage to TP in, because he would have been able to just completely swing the tide of that fight.
Yeah, it would have definitely been the turning point there, but unfortunate how it's going to go down, so we are going to see the advantage that Polar Ace just carved out in that top lane is going to be a bit neutralized there as Polar Ace, or as No Fair Esports going to jump to about a 5.5k gold lead.
Yeah, Polar Ace definitely on the back foot again. They showed signs of life there and a huge momentum swing, but they got a little cocky and were punished pretty much immediately. So, interestingly enough, the Sivir is going to match Fiora here. Excuse me, because Aatrox is basing, and she's going to force Rampage all the way back up to tower and give them basically a free dragon, I think. Because if we see the map, Polar Ace has no vision in this bot side. Absolutely none. So I think that this is a pretty free dragon.
Yeah, I was going to say with the 4, oh, Rikiri looking for the Sivir ultimate here. Rampage is actually going to burn his flash to make sure he gets out of there, so they're not going to find the catch on to him, but that is going to be the free sunburn for just the Sivir ultimate. Or Sivir Yumi, I suppose. Both pretty low cooldown ultimates. Ooh, the slows on Jack now. Jack's getting himself out of the WE. Does not find the Syndra stuff.
I'm gonna be honest, I want to see Polar Ace fight this, because I think they could win if Xayah was in position to help contest. But I think that they're just gonna have to let it go, because they just don't have anyone here. And this is an Infernal Drake, too. Not something you want to see on Sivir Syndra. Not at all. Even Yumi.
Yeah,
this is really not looking good for Polar Ace here. They're gonna need a sort of a Hail Mary miracle play to really turn this one around, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely where we're going to want to see these layers of CC really try to come through, lock up a target that's super important. You know, if they can maybe find something, you know, even find something on the Cleanse Syndra, find something on the Spell Shield of Sivir, the Ultimate Love. It's so difficult for them to find a pick now, because you could previously have banked on the fact that you're a little bit stronger in the initial head-to-head, but now they don't even have that advantage. They're down an Infernal Drake, they're down 3 towers. It's really starting to surmount against them, and I think if they don't find picks for their ultimates and their CC here, that it's definitely going to show the difference in strength in these fights.
Yeah, we have level deficits too for the solo laners. We're going to see that Warhog is 1 level above Rampage, and Syndra is a pretty massive 2-level lead here. Once Syndra hits 16, I think it's pretty much lights out for any hope that Polar Ace had in terms of turning around a team fight. That Sivir ult is just going to be able to totally annihilate people.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be using the Sivir ultimate as a free catch for these fights. You know, right now we're looking at No Fear just taking pretty overall control of the map. Warhog kind of shoving down this lane as someone has to go answer him. Everyone else looking, things coming down as words are going to get dropped. Polar is doing what they can to try to get some vision into their side of the map. Oh no, Jack! I don't even think he needed the ultimate. He disappears to the QE and the follow-up, so that's a recon down.
Yeah, I think that this is probably going to be a free Baron for No Fear here. Beautifully played by RE10.
They have the TF ultimate down, so they are going to see they're obviously at Baron. They're going to use that vision. They're looking for something. Something's got to happen here. It's really now or never. The Q feathers are going to come in from Hexum. His God are going to go in. He doesn't quite have the vision that he needs. He's at 27 health. It's sitting. He's looking. The words are coming through. The QE's not going to find the stun. They're looking for more. They're trying to glove up here. Warhog's going over, looking for a fight. There's the Yumi ultimate. There it's going to come in. He's not going to find the smite. Goddard's not going to get it. It's going to go over to the side of No Fear. Everyone's flashing over the wall. They're going to try to make this fight happen. 1 down. Ozzy's trying to run and go next. He disappears under the Yumi. I'm sorry, the Olaf with Yumi. That's going to be a double kill and a Baron going over to Nuez and the side of No Fear eSports.
Pretty well played by No Fear there. This is basically what I said was going to happen earlier. They had an advantageous position. Aatrox hard engages, and the rest of the team just absolutely just full throttle runs at Polar Ace. And you see Olaf just absolutely crushing the front and back line, or what was left of it, really.
Yeah, I would say the thing that didn't really get talked about because of the Sivir Yumi combo is Yumi being able to get on top of Olaf. Oh, Dak's gonna look for the knockup, knocks up onto Nuez. They get a lot of lockdown on him. He's gonna disappear. The inhibitor's going down though, and that's gonna be the return kill. RE10's gonna find the kill onto Goddard. Ozzy in the back throws the gold card, cleansed up by RE10, but Rampage is on top. Can't get the kill. Grand challenge down. Here's the healing. The shutdown's finally in Rampage's pocket. Tries to dodge out the Yumi ultimate. It's not gonna go through. Exum's gonna die to a minion because reasons, and we're gonna look for a little more of this fight. And I think everyone's going to finally walk out. They've stripped 2 Baron buffs off the side of No 3 Esports, but everyone else is going to walk out.
2 Baron buffs down, but you really have to question if it even matters at this point. Ooh, nice Q, nice Q.
Solid. Rampage, where are you going to go, friend? Slides in, spell shields the Q, and that's good enough for them. And that's going to be the kill in the fairy. Oh, Warhog. Looking for Ozzy. Puts him in the box, pulls him through. There's going to be the back from Jack. No, he dodges the W with an Aatrox Q. Can he get out of there? The red buff slows too much. He's looking for Jack now. Warhog is crazy right now. Look at that damage. Get me out of here. Double kill coming through for him. That dodge of the Recon W with the Q cast is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, really, really well played by Warhog here. Like, he's looking clean. Oxy clean on the Aatrox. Definitely something that I want to see banned next game. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to see that champion again.
Please, I mean, Rampage didn't look bad at all fighting him in lane. There were a couple of unfavorable trades, but overall did pretty well. But Warhog, ever since, being free from the top lane, has just been a monster in these fights, and they're really just unstoppable force. So it's really not something you want to see go through over and over in these games if you want to see a game 2 get pulled out from Polar Ace. Not that I think it's 100% curtains closed, but we've seen some weird stuff happen, is all I'm going to say.
No, but it is looking dire. Incredibly dire. They really need a total miracle.
Well, it does help that Ozzy does have his wit's end finished on the Twisted Fate. So he is ready to maybe not get one shot by RE10. Never mind, RE10 has finished the Void Staff. He is still going to get one
Void
shot.
Staff, Sword Shoes, Morel, Nomicon. Nah, there's no way. Like, look, his E just did like 400 to 500 damage to Xayah. It is really not looking good.
Yeah, this is the siege coming through. They have the Sivir online. This is just going to be tower after tower. Baron buffs worn off. I don't think it matters. They got Mountain Drake advantage. That's good enough. There's the Sivir ultimate. They're just going to run it down. Nui in the back trying to get the kill on the Goddard. He's going to disappear for it, but it doesn't matter. Another kill coming through. On to Jack. Where are they going to go? Rampage is going to parry it up before he dies. Warhog is just on top of Ozzy. And they can't stop this man from trying. Oh, the QE stun turnaround from RE10 finds it. Warhog takes his blood. And I think this is going to be the curtain on game 1 for No Fear eSports.
Yeah, hopefully Polar Ace can learn from this. Their draft, it looked good on paper. Don't get me wrong. It looked really good on paper. But the execution was sloppy, and the actual practical application of their draft was we ult bot lane and get Sivir spell shielded. So
yeah, definitely not what they wanted.
They're going to need to go back to the drawing board for this one.
So that is going to be a pretty clean game 1 coming out of No for eSports. And this is a best of 3, so we are going to see if it's going to get closed out or if we're going to see it pull through. And I believe we are going to head to a break before starting up game 2, so stay tuned. Hello, everyone. We are back. We've got ABL Esports. We've got Game 2 between Polar Ace Esports and No Fear Esports. Esports are everywhere. My sports are everywhere. You're ready to watch this game. We're going to have a pro draft getting you into Game 2, a little bit more fancy official, a little bit more helping Polar Ace draft the correct champions for their video game. We're going to see what goes down. So I'm here again. I'm Skies. I'm here with my boy Cinco. What are we looking for in Game 2?
I think I want to see a more aggressive comp from Polar Ace come out. It felt like they had to play most of that game on the back foot. I mean, Twisted Fate is inherently pretty aggressive, but it wasn't piloted super well, and it just was pretty useless against Sivir. I said earlier last game that I would have liked to have seen Aussie ult top lane way more often, but I think that in general I just don't really want to see TF from him again. I want to see, specifically from Godir, a way more aggressive champion that he's known for, something like Rek'Sai, something like, I don't know, maybe even Graves, despite Graves being in really not that great of a spot right now, but putting him on something that he can carry as. So I think that's what I want to see out of Polar Ace. Definitely more aggression.
True. We definitely saw, he went for the tactical Sejuani. He really got answered at just every possible turn. Either the ganks didn't go through, the CC got cleansed off, or I really just want to see Goddard get in there and try to kill a guy. That's really the jungle aggression type I'm used to from him. And again, I agree with that. I think that last game they really wouldn't have had a bad option trying to play off a Rampage, trying to get him springboard on that Fiora. He had a lot of good plays, despite being behind on the Fiora. So I think they trying to, focus on him wouldn't have been too bad. But we're going to see, obviously, some different champions, hopefully some different things in Polar Ace. But I think we're just going to go straight into the main draft. So pro draft is not going to be a thing. Shout out to the pro draft haters.
Oof. Pretty unfortunate. I do like the pro draft layout of the beginning of the game a lot more than I like the in-game client version, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, for those of you just joining us, we do have a 1-0 advantage to the side of No Fear Esports, looking to close the series out 2-0. Polar Ace is looking to put a point on the board and go for Game 3. So we'll see what goes down. They have switched sides from last game.
Pretty expected bans so far. Of course, we talked about last game. Your dude has, Mucho Guso has the Zyra tag. Rampage, known for his Camille. So I'm a little curious as to why they seem pretty intent on this Karthus ban. I would have to go through. I don't really get it. I don't know what No Fear Esports plays, but I think that Karthus is fairly easy to play around after the nerfs, so I would have preferred to have seen something else that they didn't perform well against last game, like Aatrox, perhaps.
It's just business.
Nope, Sivir was definitely the problem, so they're going to get rid of the Sivir. Power plays.
Definitely part of the problem wasn't the killing blow, though, so unfortunate.
Let's say first pick is in Rampage's corner if he maybe wants to take away the Aatrox. Hey, look at that. That is now going to be in Rampage's hands this time for Warhog to find the answer to.
We'll see if he can come up with something a little bit better than Fiora. I really don't want to harp on this, but man, I am so confused about the Kiana ban. It really just doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I'm the one missing something here.
Right. I mean, maybe there's something, there's the low win rate Kiana. Maybe there's something foreign competitive. Maybe we'll see her suddenly explode on the pro scene. We have no idea what's going on. I would have been hyped to cast some Kiana, but they are going to hand over the Sedge. So we're going to see the Yuumi again for Gosu, and we are going to see the Sejuani taken over for Nuez this time, away from Gotti.
That would have been a good ban instead of Karthus. I would have liked to have seen Yuumi banned. Mucho Guso played it really, really well last game. He was doing a ton of damage with the prowling projectiles. I'm not sure what the actual name of the Q is called. Sick. But it was super oppressive in the bot lane. I don't know if they thought that Sivir was more of an issue, but I would be quite legitimately surprised if Sivir managed to outdamage Yubi in the laning phase, honestly.
I don't know. You'd be surprised. But regardless, we are going to see the Nautilus come through for Jack. We're going to go for the much more forward aggression in this bot lane as we have the Kaisa Nautilus looking through. But again, that's going to be, the trade-in for the Sivir ban was the Azir from last game, so that is going to fall into RE10's hands. So we're going to see if this Azir ban was worth it and if RE10 is going to pull out. I really like seeing Azir. I do like him.
Yeah, I would have to agree. He's like, when Azir is played really well, it just looks so smooth and clean. It really is a sight to see.
I would say RE10 displayed a pretty good mastery on that Syndra last game, so it would not be surprising to see him put in some work on this, this Azir. But we're gonna see the bans. TF ban is gonna come out from the side of No for eSports, so responding to the fact they took away the spell shield Sivir is gonna say, hey, we don't want to really get ganked by this, so we're gonna ban away the TF. Xayah gonna come through to take that away as their return option.
Sort of confused about the Echo ban. The Twisted Fate ban makes sense, but does anyone really play Echo in competitive? Is it really something that they have to be worried about?
It's an Aussie's pool. I definitely know that maybe it's just the pick that they don't want to deal with on him, but
that's fair. That's fair. Last ban is Lucian. Interesting.
Just OPGG the guy and ban his top 380 carries. Looks good to me.
Yeah, I'm not... I really don't agree with the triple 80 carry ban. Like, I guess maybe there really isn't anything else for them to ban, but...
I mean, they're a top
380 carries, and like, Lucian isn't really even in a great spot right now. At least the last ban is pretty questionable.
Ooh.
I do like Renekton here into Aatrox, though.
I want to see some blood up in this top lane. So now the pick is going to have to go over to... I'm sorry, we're going to see the mid lane come through for Aussie here. A little bit of deliberation. They do have the top and mid open. So both solo laners are going to come through here at the same time. Vlad being Hoda right now. Don't think Vlad could be a pretty bad pick. We are going to see the Kayn, though, for God here. And I know my co-caster has no idea what Kayn does. Very
Absolutely
new to this
none. No, this will be a learning experience for me, definitely.
So we do have that mid laner coming over for Aussie now.
Now, interestingly enough, a little bit about Kayn. Kayn, very good into Sejuani. Definitely one of Sejuani's hardest counters once the red form is obtained. However, Kayn is very bad into the rest of that team. Every other champion on No Fear Esports lineup right now has a very easy time dealing with a Kayn of either form.
Wait a minute. What?
I am similarly confused. I believe that we are going to see Morgana AD carry.
All right, you ban away all of apparently the Lucian ban is what clicked. You take away all his AD carry, you said, all right, we're just going to go to the AP side. So that is going to be a Morgana Yuumi bot lane. Uh-huh.
I think that there's some pretty inherent synergy here, but you have to question if they're really going to have the damage to threaten Nautilus. Although Morgana is a very good pick into Nautilus, so we'll see. We'll see. It could go either way, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have the ability to stop a lot of the all-in potential from Nautilus here, but the problem is Kaisa is going to out-DPS you at every stage of the game unless you're focusing more Kaisa with these bindings and you find, a combo down on her. But otherwise, this is looking like a pretty nice free farm lane for Exum over on Polarace's side. This is a, I would say, confusing pick. Several AD carries on the board that, are viable picks. Ezreal, one of them, off the top of my head that I could think of, a couple of picks that I could really see not being bad here, but they're going to go with what they're going to go with. So, and I mean, they're the one with the point on the board, so I'm not going to question it. Obviously, this is something at least one person on the team had to say, hey, I'm going to go for Morgana. And someone else said, yeah, that's cool. So this had to cross some window of conversation, but we're going to see where it goes.
I agree. I would be curious as to who gave the go-ahead for this, though. Definitely a weird one. It really is going to come down totally to execution, though, right? There is a lot of pick potential on Kaisa, and Kaisa with the without being locked down by a Morg binding can't ult. Very fragile champion. definitely has the potential to get blown up by Dark Binding into Tormented Soil, I believe Morgana W is called. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you look at it, you have if you kind of flip the script a little, Azir as a champion is sort of a mage AD carry, if you will, and like him, he has the combo with the typical Shurima shuffle, the ability to get that damage through the wall in, but most of the time in team fights, he's spending his soldier auto attacks. So he kind of has that DPS edge. So if you look at it sort of non-traditionally, it's basically like having Morgana mid lane as Azir AD carry. Morgana over the course of the late game is going to build into that AP, have those enormous black shields, and try to set up, if we see the clump in come from the Aatrox, Kayn, even Vladimir, that's going to set up a pretty easy soul shackle for the Morgana and set them up for a pretty solid team fight, while Azir gets the, incredible DPS down. So, I mean, the comp looks strange based on positions. Morgana Yuumi is kind of weird, but I think that their idea for team fights is going to look pretty similar. You're going to have the Sejuani CC, the Morgana utility, as well as the Yuumi, Renekton creating chaos in the front line, and RE10 just kind of blasting down people with the soldier DPS.
Yeah, I think a little bit more on the jungle matchup here. Kayn doesn't have a single winning lane to gank. So, and this is definitely a team that you would want to go red form into, right? You have a ton of damage coming through from your laners. Kai'Sa high damage, Vladimir high damage, Aatrox very high damage. So definitely want to go red. However, Renekton is a very bad gank target for Kayn. He has the ability to just simply press W and kill you. So it'll be interesting to see how he decides to get form.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes through. We're going to turn it over as we get into game. We'll catch you guys after a short break for game 2. Welcome, everyone. We've got ABL Esports. We've got game 2 between Polar Ace and No Fear Esports. We've got No Fear Esports sitting at the 1-0 advantage. Polar Ace looking to put themselves on the board, push this to game 3. We're going to see what happens. And everybody out there, if you're just joining us, remember, if you've got the ability to subscribe or donate, then consider donating or subscribing to the ABL stream. All of the money is going to go to the production and to us lovely casters that you absolutely love with all of your heart. Everything is going to be more beautiful if you make it happen. Thanks, everyone. And we're going to see a cheeky little stack here as No for eSports is going to make some moves.
Yeah, super interesting start to the game here. I'm curious if either of the opposing teams' red buff is actually going to be taken. Polar Ace is still going. Yeah, this is definitely a game start here. Interestingly enough, No Fear is going to actually choose to back off and go check their red buff, it seems. That's a curious one.
It's gonna, oh no, this may be unfortunate here. Oh, Warhawk. Hey, there's people here. Hook's gonna come through. You're actually gonna hook into the wall. Not gonna be happening. Everything gonna look pretty standard. We're gonna see the walkout from Polar Ace.
Yeah, poor Gaudier here gets...
Yeah, oh no. Wait, that's damage coming through. Rampage is gonna have to back him up. Top lane minion's looking pretty unhappy right now. Gaudier's gonna have to walk away from the big raptor.
Really, really heartbreaking. He doesn't get a first camp and isn't going to have a leash for his buff.
That is a very, very sad sight, man. He's also got to deal with Nuez already being at his red buff. He might actually get met there by a level 2 Sejuani.
Yeah.
Oh, the pings are coming down. This already has to be the collapse. This is going to be some fighting down in the jungle. Nope, they're going to pressure him away. Oh, Nuez has to get out of there. Ozzy going to put the damage down on Nuez, though. Get this man away.
Yeah, thankfully for Gaudier, he is going to have the backup from Ozzy come through. He really needed it. If he had been allowed to just sort of fight Kane at his red buff, the level 2 Sejuani definitely would have won.
Ooh, a lot of damage coming through. They are going to find the bindings there. And just the harass from this lane is really potentially strong here.
Yeah, pretty much anything with Yuumi in it is a little, I even want to say vomit-inducing with the amount of damage they can put out early game. Doesn't really matter what champion you pair her with, honestly. I mean, otherwise than the like super wonky early game, it's pretty calm. You know, a little aggression from the lanes, but no one's really even close to being killed yet, so... I'm curious, where do you think First Blood is going to pop up on this map?
I feel like I want to see something happen in the top laner. I feel like Rampage and Warhog are able to play some pretty thirsty back and forths. You know, you see a little bit of a CS advantage already in Rampage's favor. He's pushed him back a little bit for some trades. You know, Warhog having to distract himself up in that top side jungle. But, you know, by the way things are going, it really looks like something might happen in the bot lane first without even needing a jungle's interference.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looks like they're just going to take enough poke that one of them is eventually going to fall over on the side of Polar Ace.
Yeah, I would say the Ignite's still on the side of Mucho. They got to find... Oh, that binding might have spelled the end.
As for the top lane, I definitely have to give it for Warthog advantage early game, but Aatrox's scaling is pretty nutty, so we'll see if Rampage can kind of survive the early game onslaught from the Croc ban.
Got her looking, trying to get something, gets a little bit of W passive. Oh, the knockup coming through. We're all going to get trapped in the box, but he ends up walking it out. Not too worried there. Oh, we're going to see on the back here is Nuez. Looking for them. The root's coming down on Ricari. He's ignited. He's got to get out of there. This is just going to be Nuez looking at X right now, but get this setup. Look at this 20 damage. That's nuts. They turn it around. First one goes over to Nuez and gets the Zumi for the eel. And that's going to be the clean pickup for the side of No Fear eSports.
Yeah, pretty well played on Nuez's side. But you have to...
Ooh, Nautilus coming through. Not going to take tower aggro, though, so Nuez... Wait, he is taking tower aggro. What? But he's not going to take a second tower shot. He queues out in time to get himself safe. Warhog trying to turn around after a little bit of damage coming through, so he is going to be saved. going to see the flash out for Nuez as he takes that return damage.
Yeah, Gaudier's sheer presence forces the flash there. Good pathing on his part. Unfortunately, he wasn't there in time to actually stop his bot lane from getting run over. It was a pretty clean gank by Nuez. Unfortunately, Exum just... I'm not sure if he flashed earlier or just... No, because he flashed away from Sejuani after she was already on him. Yeah, didn't flash early enough. Should have had a little better reflexes on that.
Yeah, so I guess you were right. We are going to see the bot lane. You know, it wasn't really it was the poke that ended up pushing them back, but it was going to be the follow-up gank for Nuez as he found the right path there to get in there for that first blood.
Yeah, Nuez off to a strong start this game, which is good to see considering how poorly he played the early game. Last game, I mean, he got caught at the Dragon, was really punished, had a really great mid to late game to make up for it, but really just got smacked around early game.
Ooh, the Hex Flash from Jack. Black Shield's going to come out and not even be necessary. He's not going to land that there. Gary's going to walk away safe. And again, we're seeing a lot more of the last game. We throw the CC, and now instead of a Silver Spell Shield, now it's a Morgana Black Shield. It's really rough for them to find the catches they're looking for here.
That is the third time I've seen Jack throw a hook and it hit a minion this game. I think that perhaps Nautilus...
Just giving him relic stacks.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say Nautilus might not be his champion, though.
Gaudier hunting around, gonna have to walk out of the wall there. Really just a lot more attention in this bot lane is just what they're going for. But I think that, you know, I'm watching Warhog constantly shoving in on Rampage, getting this damage in and out of there. And I feel like this Renekton is a pretty easy takedown. Rampage can't keep him in the box, and the trade's just coming back and forth, throwing down the keys as Warhog walks around them. That's a lot of damage coming back. Warhog has ultimate available, so does Rampage. We could see a fight happen pretty close. There's stun coming through. This damage just comes in and out, back and forth. There's so much action in this top lane that I really want to see somebody pop off.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I have to question Gaudier's pathing here. Warhog really seems like just a 300 gold sack sitting there in the top lane right now with how far he's pushed up. And it's the form that he wants too. Yeah, like, let's keep in mind, he's playing Kayn, he has Conquer, he wants to go Rost. But instead, this is the third gank that we've seen on bot lane.
And he hasn't hit anything. He hasn't gotten any passive from any of his ganks in bot lane yet. He's yet to hit anybody to even start collecting orbs one way or the other.
Exactly. It's really just questionable decision making here.
Good, good, good.
I really do want to see Gaudier commit something to top. Excuse me. I think it's a big mistake. Very poor pathing. It did catch the Sejuani flash earlier, but after that, there really wasn't any need to go bot lane. You can't make anything happen in that lane. It's Nautilus versus Morgana. This is typically a support matchup, but even with Morgana as the AD carry, we already know how it's going to play out. You throw a hook, she black shields, she walks away, nothing happens.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about this is, you're not worried about Morgana outscaling Kai'Sa. Like, I feel like this is a lane where you can accept the fact that I'm Kai'Sa. I'm going to scale with CS and items. I don't need to blow up the enemy laner 3 or 4 times. I'm not Lucian where I have to get kills and be ahead of them to be more relevant in the game. You're Kai'Sa. You're going to get to that point just by farming it out. You don't have to hunt for these kills, get the bloodthirst there. You can lose in like 8 to 9 CS to Morgana and still be more relevant over the course of a team fight. It's not such a priority that you have to spend the Kayn jungle to try to make things happen in this lane. I really think you got to take advantage of this over-aggressive top lane. And I agree when you said Warhog is really just kind of chilling, looking like a 300. They have a control word in this bush. They have so much potential for Goddard to just walk up there and collect his "you pushed up" fee, and it's just not happening.
Yeah, definitely really questionable path from Gaudier, but we've talked about that enough already. Let's see what's going to happen in the jungle here. And they just give over blue buff. That's what's going to happen. Sure, why not? Gaudier is being absurdly punished for his pathing choices this game. It's really heartbreaking to see.
He's definitely being bullied this time around, and these QWs, that's half of Jack's health off of this Morgana QW. That damage is really getting serious here. Oh my lord, these bindings make them stop or carry. Monster. Oh, here we go. Warhog, there's going to be the ultimate Rampage. Warhog flashes out, goes for the immediate ultimate knockup coming through. Put him in the box, nowhere to go out, pulls out, Kane ultimate, slides back out of him, Q's in for health, it's not enough. Rampage goes down, same time in the bot lane. Rikiri finds the Q, finds the ultimate. He's ignited down. Yumi's on his backside, goes for the ultimate to lock up. Oh, they're trying to get the return damage to Exum, stands in the tremendous soil, gets the kill! They turn on the deck, they're looking for Exum now, turns it into Prowling Projectile, finds the kill, and the pair are going to escape. A 2 for none. Clean.
Yeah, that was exceptionally well played on the side of No Fury Sports bot lane. And a lot of it is really in part to a misplay on Exum. I think that when he teleported in and he fired his W at the Yumi ult, instead of trying to fish for Morgana, he could have landed a plasma stack, ulted in, and killed Morgana pretty easily. I don't think that was really contestable, but his greed to go for the Morgana instead allowed them to be 2 for 0.
Putting decent damage down on RE10, yeah, that is going to be really unfavorable at that point, and just Rikiri finding these Morg bindings over and over again is just really a downer for the side of Exum Jack. You know, Exum not really able to bring as much burst damage, going for that, you know, the tier Kaisa build really doesn't put you online for a slightly longer amount of time than normal. So even, you know, you take a couple of these pretty high base damage Morgana spells and on top of the AP she's building, and really you just can't fight back at that point because you've lost too much health before the trade is even able to happen because you're sitting in an AFK Morg binding.
Yeah, we did see Gaudier path up there into the ward and sweeper it. I think it would have been smarter for him to path around where Gromp is and come up, because he wouldn't have been able to be revealed by the ward, and he would have had another gank angle on Warhog, who was similarly pushed up as he was last time.
Yeah, I was going to say the bot lane exchange happened, but it didn't really give way to how good that gank was in the top lane, and we finally saw Warhog get punished for what he's kind of been doing the entire game. But we are going to see the collapse of No Fear on this bot lane tower. That's going to be the 4 in. The tower goes coming in. Gonna try to see Gaudier. Gaudier is actually locked up, stunned up, snared up. Sejuani ultimate coming down. There's the ultimate from everybody coming through. We're trying to see Rampage after the teleport in, looking for some more. That's Ozzy finding the kill on a Nuez. This is actually going pretty well for them. RE10 finds the return kill. Exum's on the back outside of everybody. Double kill comes in for the side of RE10, and he's still alive. There's the resurrection from Rampage, trying to turn on RE10. He slides in from the shield, and that's enough for them to turn around and get that kill. That is going to be a 4 for 2 on the side of No Fear Esports.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate fight. We are going to have a replay for that, so we'll be able to analyze it a little more closely. Now, Gaudier comes in here and gets picked immediately by Sejuani. However, his Tenacity Rune allows him to get out of it and ult Sejuani and live for just a little bit longer. That's good. I think that's going to give him form. But after that, it's pretty much a standard front to back, and Yumi surviving after Morgana was killed really just prevents any other kill pressure that Aatrox and Exum might have had on Renekton there. So, unlucky. Now, it's interesting if Gaudier had pathed early game smarter and had form there, that fight would have played completely differently. Because he had enough time to, one, he would have gotten the healing from red form, and he would have had enough time to throw another knockup out, which could have completely turned the tide of the fight. So we are going to see those early game mistakes really come back and sort of bite them now that we're getting to the team fighting stage. Pretty late form, so we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We're going to see the Nashor's Tooth is already out for RE10. He's sitting on the Lost Chapter now, so he's hit a pretty potent damage spike. Jack's got to hook himself out of there. They're going for the Yumi ultimate on the Jack, locks him up. Sejuani Q coming through, not having to burn that ultimate. Jack's gonna disappear. He is not a tanky boy yet. He is down for the count.
Yeah, just Polar Ace just needs to accept that they're going to have to give up a lot here, which is honestly it's fine. They have a team that scales super well in the late game. They really can afford to just give up some of this.
Ooh, there's the Morgana ultimate from Ricari. Rampage trying to walk out of range. Darts back and forth. There's Goddard on the return. He's got red for him now. He has the knockup. Doesn't even need it. They're going to find that kill. Rampage putting another kill in his pocket. That is going to give way for no free sports to find this mid lane tower and knock it over. Just this, the tower taking power of Azir is not one you can sleep on, because getting that dual advantage of having the attack speed for tons of DPS on top of the buff to, you know, a portion of your AP dealing its damage to tower's magic damage. Oh, RE10 is going to slide out of there, looking for a little bit more. They're going to chase him down. Rampage getting a lot of moves with the World Ender. He throws the wall the wrong way, but it's good enough for them to escape. But that's going to be the Kai'Sa ultimate over the wall, takes the shutdown gold onto RE10 for Exum.
Yeah, that was a messy fight. We saw a Chains miss. We saw an Aatrox Q miss. Oh,
that's going to be the hook too. On to them. They're going to find the double knockup off the Nautilus ultimate. Warhawk's going to find the Kane ultimate inside of him. That's going to be percent of health. It's enough to go through. That's going to be the ultimate coming in. We see the turn in, though, from Ricari as he comes back alive. Jack goes down to the end of the Tormented Soil. So that's going to be the return kill for No Freeze.
yeah, unfortunately, they just didn't have enough damage to kill anyone there. I think if Gadir had ulted out more aggressively, because if you saw he came out into his team, if he had instead gone into their team, I believe that they might have been able to get a kill. Although they maybe would have died after that. We don't know. But as for the Azir catch, we did see Exum have enough trigger discipline to not immediately faceplant into the Azir wall after it went up with his ultimate. So I thought that was pretty funny.
I was going to say, I thought we were looking for the setup for the wall to kind of stop them from following through, but the Kai'Sa ultimate is going to be the most useful tool. That damage from the Morgana QW is so disgusting. I'm so used to seeing just the support build that where the QE is just kind of a follow-up and doesn't. But that's murdering people. Exum's got to walk out of it.
So, Sky, what do you think the damage charts are going to look like after this game?
It's going to be ugly. Just to see Morgana. Morgana's going to do a ton of damage to this early game. RE10's going to get 3 items, and then his DPS is going to triple over everybody else in the game is what I'm thinking. Just watching Azir slap that tower over here, and they're going to drop the Rift Herald in the top lane. Already sitting on the 3-0 advantage. This is going to be something.
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious if the game is even going to go on long enough for Azir to have any hope of out-damaging this Morgana. The Q bind,
yeah,
the Q full damage? Disgusting.
It's kind of nuts. If Ricari's got a sniper scope over here for these Morgana Qs, it's been pretty... Oh, the Yuumi ultimate's down again. Everything's gonna try to happen here. Rampage is looking.
Yeah, Gadir positioning just too aggressively there, and he just gets punished immediately. He really can't afford to step up this far into that team. Now, I still do think that there's a chance that Polar Esports comes back from this, because if you notice, No Fear Esports has 1 physical damage dealer. Count it, 1.
True.
Magic Resist is incredibly effective versus that team. If we get like Spirit Visage on Gadir and Rampage, hell, maybe the one on Aussie, Hex Drinker on Exum, I think that there's potential. But the only issue is we have to get there. And the question is, will they be able to last long enough against this onslaught of Dark binding into Tormented Soil?
Yeah, we'll see. I see another QW come out from Morgana and remove somebody from existence. It's not going to be a pretty picture. They really have to handle the siege a little bit better. And, you know, when you can't make a move forward because you have to deal with Sejuani binding and Azir wall, you can't stay back because you're looking for Ricari fishing for a Morgana Q. It's really a rough position for them to be in at this point.
Not all hope is gone, but it's becoming insurmountable. The dragon that's coming up will be an air drake, so not anything super important that they have to rush to contest. I think the play for Polar Ace here is just to let it go. But if they let this Baron go afterwards, I think that will likely be the end. I can't really see them coming back from a lost Baron against that team comp. Because you're right, Azir is effectively an AD carry when it comes to pushing towers. with the attack speed bonus and the AP bonus, he's really just going to shred through them. And with Baron minions on top of that, I don't really think that Polar Ace stands a chance.
Yes, if this is not the position that you want to be in, you know, giving them, if they get Baron with the power of their siege right now, it is going to be pretty well insurmountable here. But as the way things are moving, it's looking rough because this is not a fight. It's not a fight you want to even bring to this NFE composition right here. You have at best maybe looking for a Goddard knockup, but we are going to see it happen. We are looking for Note for eSports. The pings are going down. They already know what's going on. Turns out, oh no, that's the binding. That's going to be the Hourglass coming through for Ozzy. Stopwatch, get him out of there. Not going to actually have it. He goes for the pull, my bad. But he's going to find himself out of there. The core of this fight, we're seeing Rampage in the center of things. Can't find a kill for the World Ender to get him the reset. Jack finds the Nala's ultimate a bit late. They're chasing him down now. Jack's going to get slowed. Warhog flashes onto God here. Tries to make something happen there. He's going to get in there with the Kane ultimate onto Warhog. Ignited down. He actually pops out of there. He disappears off the Vladimir ultimate. We're going to see a long fight happen here. And it's going to be enough to get 1-to-1 kill. Goddard is actually getting himself way healthy there off the back of that Ross ultimate.
Yeah, that was really well played by Gaudier and really not smart by Warhog. Flashing in to give Kane another target to heal off of with his W, and then setting up the Vlad ult, just... I got a big question mark over my head. Why? They had the siege. They didn't have to engage there.
Yeah.
I was like...
I think if it was a member of their team they were looking to pop, it was probably not going to be the Kane that is already very decently tanky. You're not going to really kill him off in a single Renekton combo like you could somebody else, so a bit of a questionable play.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see Black Cleaver finished on Gaudier's next back because he really needs to start building Spear Visage.
Yeah, he has enough for the Kindle Gem to come in right now, and that's about it. The only thing at about 500 gold.
So, what do you think the play for NFE is here? You just gave up a little bit of your lead.
I know. I think at this point they're still pretty content with what they're doing. I mean, they're sitting in about the same spot last game. You know, they've got a 4-tower advantage. They've got most of the map under their control. They're not really offering Polar Ace the ability to gain evasion, and once again, they have a pretty well-drafted siege composition. So, you know, I think that they've seen that trying to press the trigger button didn't really work out for them, so they can, you know, just instead, you know, play their game. And it's been working for them, and I think if they kind of stick to what they're doing, you know, I think the thing that didn't work for them is, you know, they went for the Baron. They immediately all pulled off as a team to look for the catch. They caught the Vladimir, you know, dropped the pull. There's a hook coming through. A Zero Wall's going to come out. He gets knocked up by the Nala's ultimate. He's going to get himself way out of there, though. Goes for the Q, the E combo. RE10 is safe. Knockup coming through for Goddard to try to get back on Nuez. They're going to back himself out of there.
All right. They burned the TP there. I like that. I like that play. It was at the cost of Vlad ult and Nautilus ult, which, gonna see something here.
Ooh, Biden, he's gonna hit Jack! Jack's like, we're here, QW coming, there's nowhere for him to go. He cannot survive the duration of a binding, even with those Merc Treads, and he's gonna disappear. And they're once again going to look for this Baron. Now with 2 ultimates out on the side of Polar Ace eSports, is gonna be a rough fight for them. Look at that, Azir DPS shredding down this Baron. Is Goddard even gonna make it? Oh, they flash! They turn in for the binding on Goddard! He can't do anything under binding. He is dead. Turning around through. There's the ultimate coming through. Warhog is on a war path. Looking for Rampage now. He has to walk out of there. It gave Baron enough time to regen its health, but that's way too many members of Polar Ace down, and this is more than likely going to go over to the side of No Fear. That flash binding from Ricari was crazy.
Yeah, we really have to talk about how crazy Ricari is playing this game, but additionally, Jack has made so many positional errors. He really has just sort of handed the game over to the bot lane of No Fear. Like, we saw multiple instances of hooks going into minions in the laning phase. We've seen so many times he just sort of walks into the enemy team and then dies. It's super questionable. I will reiterate, don't think Nautilus is his champ.
Yeah, this is... Now they're looking for it. Inhibitor's going to go down. This is a Baron buffed up No Fear eSports team. They've stretched out their lead to over 10k here at the 25-minute mark. This is going to be rough rolling for them. Is it insurmountable here, my friend? It's feeling.
I would have to say, yeah. I think that this game is likely shut at this point. I can't really see any way they come back from this Baron, because after this, No Fear has the opportunity to reset, spend all the gold that they just got. Like, they, for that mid push, they didn't even have, you know, any of the items that they would have had from the Baron and the multiple kills they got. And now they're just going to run it down whatever lane they want in the game. And there's really not anything that Polar Ace can do about it. I mean, you're looking at, well, I think Morgana's like 3, 2, and 10.
Yeah.
And with the Morella Nomicon completed, even if Gaudier, Rampage, and Ozzy get SVs, they're not going to heal for anything. It's effectively nullified the, you know, integral parts that their champions need to succeed.
Yeah, I would say this super sort of drain tank composition is not really able to get off the ground. If you can't even get the damage over the course of starter fights, you know, you're really just dealing with these Nomicon spellcasters, you know, dropping the damage on you to the point where you really can't get any healing down in these fights. You have to deal with the Morgana. You have to deal, you know, there's so much for you to try to deal with at the start of a team fight off the back of the Sejuani ultimate. The Shojin Renekton able to just absolutely slide from place to place and get on top of whatever champion he wants to. And, you know, while you're dealing with all that in your face, you have Morgana Yuumi just kind of throwing skill shots in the back, dealing way too much damage for you to answer to right now. It's really just, it's looking like the final Sonata here for our sides on Polar Ace.
Yeah, this really is sort of the beginning of the end, as you said. Like, even with Morgana splitting top lane, there's nothing that Polar Ace can do to stop Azir from just walking up and taking this tower. Like, look at him. It's insane. He attacks like 2 times a second already.
Ooh, got her. Not going to find the knockup. There's going to be the flash, though. Looking for the turnaround teleport. They're going to try to make a fight happen. Yumi's going to find a binding on the Jack. Not going to get anything off it, but they are all here as their team. Binding's narrowly not going to find Rampage there.
We see Jack, I believe he committed flash there. It's a flash ult, the Azir, but like, again, you have no follow-up. Who's Kane gonna run at him? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not the damage. The Black Shield's on Warhog now. They're looking for the tower. The Kane ultimate's in on Warhog, but there's the Sejuani ultimate turnaround. Look at that damage coming through. It's not enough for them to answer. RE10 shoves them away with that wall, and that's a return kill. Rampage locked up by the Binding next. Double kill coming in for the side of Warhog, and I believe that's all she wrote. It's just got her alive. He's got no ultimate. He's got nothing to really do but throw some knockups, and I think that No Fear eSports is looking to clean the base, clean the game, and that's going to be the end.
Yeah, 25 seconds on the clock before anyone even relevant enough to threaten.
Oh, there's the Yuumi
Fear.
ultimate. Got her. Has nowhere to go. Popped by. That's going to be RE10 taking his final kill of the game, 6-1-7. As we see them blow through this series, that is going to be the 2-0 for No Fear eSports.
Yeah, really, really well played on the side of No Fear. Both games looked, besides for some questionable decision-making from Nuez in the first game, looked incredibly clean.
Yeah, that was about as well-threaded as you want to see a game. Rukiri, an absolute sniper on these. I do want to look at the damage charts. We did talk about that. I want to see how that went down. Oh, yeah, neck and neck. Actually, 20.3k damage from RE10 and 20.2k from Rukiri on the Morgana. Actually, neck and neck to the end.
Yeah. So, my question, Skyson now. MVP.
I'm gonna hand it to RE10. I think that if we're looking for the back and forth between RE10 and Rukiri, which in my head it's only really those two, I would think of, you know, absolutely beautiful play from both of them. You know, like I just said, Rukiri finding every single potential binding he could find on this Morgana lane. Last game he played the Sivir to Beautiful effect, you know, but you know, it went semi underappreciated how often he spent that Sivir ultimate to get him in and out of these fights at the proper times, you know, dodging out the CC, using it for the engage, you know, getting him in and out. So I think Rukiri played it beautifully, but I think RE10 was sort of a pillar of consistency. Very, very well for both games. The Syndra stuns he found to start fights were immaculate, you know, finding Syndra stuns at like almost maximum range often, playing the number of times he escaped a 2 or 3 man gank, finding those perfect cleanse, the cleanse flash immediate one after the other to keep himself safe in this lane, to keep himself ahead, finding the advantage, over the course of games. I think he played it beautifully. And I think if, you tossed the coin a couple of times in my hand and it landed, I think I would give it to RE10 personally.
Yeah, Ricari, shouts out to him, played really well, but I would also have to give it pretty soundly to RE10. Syndra, beautiful. Azir, beautiful.
Ooh, poggers.
Speaking of, we've got RE10 with us here.
Oh shit, I'm in here.
Quick
Man,
little
the
interview.
myth, the legend.
My god, it's me.
It is definitely you. And, that's going to be the first win picking up here for No Fear Esports. Tell me how it feels, buddy.
It feels pretty good. Our team was trying really hard in our first 2 series. And then we decided that we're just going to play for fun for the rest of the tourney. And now we're winning. So I'm pretty sure for fun mental actually is insane.
Yeah, I was going to say, if this is what a 4-fun mental gets you, then, looks like it's getting you
This is
pretty
the for fun region, so...
That's what I feel like if we went to the LCK and we try harded, we'd win. But in NA, the only way you win is if you're trolling. So
There you go.
I think you'd be hard pressed to call those games trolling. They look pretty open and shut. Just, I don't want to say flawless, but really well executed, both games from your team.
yeah, my team was actually popping off. They were all fucking doing amazing. So made my job pretty easy. I just kind of ran around. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, you looked pretty comfortable with both the picks you're going. I remember they threw the Azir Ben at you game 1, so we got to see that back up in game 2. But, was that sort of the aim for the comp game 2? I like the Morgana pickup for Ricari there after they banned a bunch of the AD carries, but, Azir always is a really nice backup AD carry, so that was sort of the second line for your comp setup, where you're just like, hey, we like these champions, we're just going to go for it.
Yeah, I think we picked Azir mainly because we needed backline threat if we're picking Morgana, so... Yeah, but it was actually Raymond's idea to pick the Morg. He's a fucking drafting god, apparently. Raymond is Mucho Gosu, by the way. So he figured out our draft, which popped off, so kudos to him.
Shouts out to Mucho Guso then. That Morgana pick was really like 8 trillion IQ. Like,
Truth, I was thinking about it. They took away the server for the spell shield to try to make their catches, and you're like, well, we're just going to replace that spell shield with a 5-second spell shield, and now you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And I mean, I forgot.
So what's the plan going forward for you guys? Are you going to keep this for fun mental and just try to win as many games as possible, or just say, hey, if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose?
I think the key really is just to work on our comms. So currently we're working on this new communication strategy where whenever we're going in, we just start screaming vroom. And then whenever we back up, we just say beep. And it seems to be working pretty well recently. So we're just going to keep on doing it.
I am unsure if you're being sarcastic or not, but that sounds actually pretty smart.
I am all about the vroom beep mentality. I'm in it. Count me as an NFE fan. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys driving all over.
You guys should actually listen to our comms at some point. It's literally just vroom vroom and beep beep. It's pretty good.
Good stuff. But
so do you have any shout outs you want to do while you're still here?
Yeah, shout out to all my teammates. Fucking Warhog, he kind of subbed in for us and he fucking destroyed in top lane. Nuez, the D4 god, back at it again. He's probably going to go back and get Challenger and Flex after this. Fucking popping off this series as well. Of course, we have Mucho Gosu. His Yumi is kind of disgusting. It's kind of disturbing as well, but what can you say? And then I gotta give a shout out to our boy Predomity for jacking us all off. That's really what gets us that post-nut clarity, and that allows us to win games.
Yeah, I feel it. You
Respect
gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm definitely about it.
Well, thanks for joining us, RE10. Absolutely beautiful series. Looking forward to some more from No Fear Esports. The 4-4 mentality is kicking in. I'm hopefully we're gonna see it kick your team into overdrive.
Eddie, sounds good. I'll see you guys.
Take it easy, buddy. And I believe that's all we've got here at the desk. Once again, that is going to be the 2-0 for No Fear Esports over Polar AC Sports. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Skyson.
I'm Cinco.
Y'all have a good night.